Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTbase.com. Welcome to this week's Commitments of Traders review. Today we're going to have a look at the 5th COT report in 2014. And of course, as usual, we're going to start off with the changes in commercials positions. So here we go. Coffee, copper, palladium. Let's start with coffee, where we have this huge 37% change in commercials positions, 39% change in large speculators, 23 is large as well. But I mean, these changes over here you can see on the chart are definitely humongous. I would say the largest changes, at least on this 1 year's chart that you can see. Of course, we're not surprised at all. We have this very dynamic change in prices. Maybe more than 30% change in less than 2 weeks. So, of course, there is a really big reaction in traders' positions, of course. Commercials are actually net short, increasing their net short positions, while, of course, large speculators have gone back to net long territories. Let's open a 5-year chart and see how extreme this market was for quite some time. We've been analyzing coffee in the last more than a year now. I was always telling you that it's a very interesting case because contrary to other soft markets, we couldn't really go back to deep net short areas concerning commercials. Now you may see that we sort of broken through this channel, if we may say, in commercial. They have not bounced back, going back to 25,000 contracts net long area, and you can see that the picture over here in price suggests that we may have reached the bottom. And of course, we still got a lot of space left to reach a bearish COT Extreme, which would be the case around 50,000-60,000 contracts net short level in case of commercials. Of course, for large speculators above 40,000 contracts net long. So it's a confirmation from price that finally we've reached an all-time or an extreme that's changing the trend, and I believe we may see the continuation of this rally. Copper is our next market. We have a 24% change in commercials positions, 27 in large speculators. Again, large changes. We may actually see larger changes in the past, but they're definitely very large and something to talk about. Of course, it's a bullish type of COT signal, and of course, happening after this little bounce back upwards. We may see prices continue this rally, but as always, let's have a look at the 5 years chart and see how extreme this market really is. Well, actually, we are not far away from this relative bearish extreme that pushed prices down. Then again, a few reports before that, we had a very nice bullish extreme signal. We're back at 20,000 contracts net long in case of commercials. If we reach 40, again, I believe we will have a, well, we may see an unquestionable bullish COT signal in copper. Right now, it's basically more or less your decision which signal you are following. We may say that this relative extreme that we had here may be in place. We may see the continuation of the decline. But of course, it's not an easy question. It would be much clearer if we were at these extreme levels. Let's move on and have a look at another metal market, the palladium, where we have more or less the same changes in commercials, 23, large speculators, 21. And we've also got a large change in small speculators. Here we go. The charts are up, and you may see the changes over here. Well, looking at the chart, I wouldn't say they're extraordinary large changes. Of course, it's definitely a bullish COT change signal. Again, opening a 5-year chart, let's have a look at the extreme in palladium, whether we've got one or not. And you may see that we've actually moved away from extreme levels. These were, of course, bearish extremes, and we're moving away, which, of course, may easily mean that we've reached the top in prices and we're going to see the continuation of this decline, or the opposite may happen and we would see commercials headed back towards 30,000-40,000 contracts net short areas, in case we would see, of course, the continuation of the rally. But let's move on and have a look at the large speculator COT Extreme. Here we go, cocoa, live cattle, and lumber on top of our list. Cocoa and live cattle, we've got all-time extreme. Let's open cocoa first. Here we go, and of course move on to the 5-year chart and see the extreme on a wider time frame. Here we go. There's an unquestionable great extreme in this market. There's no question to that. And let's have a look at what happened to prices when we've reached similar extreme levels. Of course, in all cases, we could see a change in trend, seeing prices reacting to the extreme signal. So again, we're expecting this to be a successful COT signal, in case we would find prices to go back and go into a decline mode. Okay, let's move on and have a look at live cattle, where not only do we have an all-time extreme in large speculators, but also in commercials. Okay, here we go. Live cattle, 5-year chart. Let's have a look at this extreme. It's again an unquestionable huge extreme in live cattle. We had this extreme, of course, for a few weeks now, and you may see that prices may have actually started to react to this extreme. Of course, that's what we're expecting to happen. Whenever we had an extreme similar to this, you may see on the chart the examples I'm showing you that we had a price reaction afterwards, and we're expecting prices to decline in the near future. Moving on to lumber, we have a 104 report extreme in lumber market. Here we go. So you can see this 104 report extreme in large speculators over here. We definitely have an extreme in lumber. It's not an all-time extreme, but still we can have a little view about the market and see what happened when commercials were above the zebra line in such an extreme territory. And you can see that usually this coincided with a bottom in prices. So of course it's something that we're expecting to happen again, even though we have relatively high prices on this 5-year chart. Of course, it doesn't mean that we can't see even greater prices in the future. That's something that is suggested by the action of commercials and large speculators, of course. Okay, that's going to be all for this week. If you would like to have a look at other COT charts, then you can do so at our COT charts page. Of course, if you would like to have a more in-depth and detailed COT analysis, then check out our COT analysis page, where you could look at new COT report types, data types, do your historical analysis on old reports, of course, add other great functions to our table. A lot of great services at COT Base for you. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope to see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.